Did not think I would ever have to make a video like this, but I've been getting some heat lately with the decision I made on stream a few days ago. And now that I've had some time to collect my thoughts, thought I might try to justify that decision on this video. And I guess a good place to start is going over exactly what happened on that fated Cyber Monday. So last Monday, GameStop released the limited time Lunar packs, which were basically the same thing as these other power packs, just a ridiculous $2,500. Sold out now, but when they were available, you had the potential to get proportionally high valued cards valued as highly as like $33,000. So pretty crazy. Some members of my beloved community and I decided to chip in $125 each and pull one together on stream. And the card that we got was this Alakazam, level X Alakazam in a PSA 9. Card ladder had this at $1,600.59, which is almost a floor card. Floor card would have been like $1,250, I think. But yeah, almost a floor card. So of course we were very distraught, and we were considering what to do with it. Maybe even selling it back and rolling a diamond, since we are just a bunch of degenerates. But when I went to comp it, I discovered that the last sales were in September for $1,000. And this is coming from Card Ladder itself, and Card Ladder is the one that stated that the value of this card was 1659. So a few issues there. Also, price charting has this not even a $999 card. Price charting has this as an $810 card. So there's a difference in the valuation of like 50 to 60%. Now, GameStop has a history of making things right when valuations are off. For example, on another stream, someone in chat pointed out that a chase card, a Paldea Evolved Pokemon Center ETB promo in a 10, did not actually have the Pokemon Center stamp and was thus a substantially less valuable card. Fortuitously, GameStop was in the chat during that stream, so when they asked what the issue was, I explained that the card was nowhere near the value that it stated and should not have been on the list of chases. And in a matter of minutes, GameStop, I think, just took down the card and we could not find that card in the list of chases again. So knowing that, I decided on stream to not accept the buyback for this card. Buyback for this card would have been $1,344. So about a loss of like $1,200, which honestly is not too bad since we split this with 20 people. But still, I decided to not accept the buyback and keep the card with the intent of reaching out to GameStop for a potential refund. And besides a few really incensed people in chat, it seemed like most everyone thought it was the right course of action. But a few days later, someone on another stream told me that another YouTuber had put out a video sort of taking a lot of, I guess, umbrage with my decision. Now, I was super curious because what possible issue could anyone have with me? I'm very boring. Kind of harmless, actually. So I checked out the video after the stream, and turns out that this individual, Moran Sarans, was very bothered with my intent on holding GameStop accountable. And normally I try not to engage with folks like this, but some of the takes in this video I felt like I had to address, and I'm going through a bit of a content drought anyway, so I figured why not make a reaction video? First time doing this, but I watch a lot of Opossum Buds, so here goes.
Here's the deal. These Lunar packs, I just saw, what's his name? Paper Tiger, whatever the freak his name is.
It's not that hard.
It's the most lamest thing I ever seen in my life with this kid. He opens up a pack, a Lunar pack, and he's mad because the card has a card ladder value of 1,600, 1,300, whatever it may be.
Okay, first of all, was not mad. More bemused, I would say. Also, he's making it sound like I was angry about some great personal loss. Like I reiterated throughout the stream, this was a group event, so personal losses were minimal. And it could have been the easiest thing for me to just accept the buyback and take like the $70-ish hit and avoid all this drama. But I have some history with Power Pack's customer service. They've been fabulous to me. And I also have a decent enough platform to get attention to this obvious mistake, so I decided to use it to make things right for everyone.
And then he says, yeah, but look at the value. Everyone else is selling it at $900. So he's claiming he got completely rugged on the card. Well, if you feel like the value's not there, Paper Tiger Dragon, whatever the hell your name is.
Yeah, she cooked with that one. I might steal that.
Then sell the card. GameStop's willing to buy it back from you for the price that they're telling you it's worth. You're hanging on to it, saying it's not worth that. Okay. But here's my thing. Sell the damn card back. You get your money back.
And this is the crux of the pushback that I seem to be getting. And at face value, I agree. I definitely agree. The gods of fate decided that we were to be floored, and we should have made peace with that. But if the card behind the number doesn't matter, then what even is the point to all of this? If GameStop released a service where it was just these numbers without any of these cards, then how successful do you think it would be? The only reason power packs enjoy whatever success they have is because there is probably a big overlap between degenerates and collectors. And yes, while the money is, of course, a big part of it, a lot of us just want to see really cool cards. And sorry, that Alakazam was not cool enough. This Alakazam was not cool enough to be part of the Lunar packs. And I think instead, if instead of the Alakazam, there was just a worthless scrap of paper, literally no one would take issue with me seeking a refund. Extreme example, to be sure, but at what percentage does it not become extreme? I don't know. But the actual market value of this card is a little bit more than half of the stated value, and I have to think that most reasonable people would take issue with that.
He literally said online right now, he goes, yeah, well, I'm going to ask GameStop for a refund. Could you imagine that? Asking for a refund because you didn't get your way? I still can't get over that part. You see, just because GameStop reaches out to these content creators and they're saying, hey, we support you and your platform and you know what you guys are doing for power packs, and I do too, I don't care. These guys are not GameStop supporters. There's a big difference, okay?
I go to my local GameStop almost every week. I do a lot for GameStop, actually. I go there almost every week to submit to PSA. I buy trading cards, and I almost bought a used PS5 game last time I went. Shout out to Garland, Victoria David. Probably missing a couple, but yeah, best GameStop in California.
Okay? They're in it for one thing
Oh, and I do have GameStop stock. So
and one thing only, how they can make money. They're not seeing the bigger picture. They never will because they're probably not investors either. But that's the game you're playing when you're GameStop with content creators. Asking for refunds. Now, what precedents are we setting? Now,
the precedent that I'm trying to set is that GameStop should do right by their customers, and this is something I kind of don't get with this whole thing. Wouldn't you, if you were a big supporter of a company, wouldn't you want the company to be known for having good customer service, even if it might be in the customer's favor? Like, for example, I've watched my mom try to return a half-eaten bag of chips to Costco, and they accepted it. No questions asked, which is why Costco is one of the most well-respected companies in the world and can literally do no wrong. But ultimately, it doesn't matter if you think what I'm doing is wrong because the optics for something like this, giving you a card worth like half of what it states, is the opposite of that is actually pretty horrible, and the potential reputational hit is probably not worth doing nothing about.
what's going to be said there is, well, here's the point. It's not worth that. And you're going to be like, what do you mean it's not worth that? The card's worth whatever you're willing to pay for it, right? Whatever someone's willing to pay for it from you. But GameStop has a buyback feature immediately. The fact that they took you and on that one run, you opened up one pack of Lunar, and you're mad that you didn't, that it's the value's not there, is what they claimed. The inconsistencies are not on GameStop's part. Believe this or not, Card Ladder is an independent source. That's what makes this actually work.
So I'm not sure if he actually watched my entire video because I did say numerous times on stream that it was not GameStop's fault and it was 100% on Card Ladder. Also, Card Ladder is not independent. Card Ladder is owned by Collectors, the parent company of PSA, who just so happens to be partnered with GameStop with these GameStop Power Packs. Make of that what you will. But yeah, Card Ladder is not independent. And honestly, it doesn't need to be independent. The valuation, whatever valuation service they use, does not need to be independent. The valuations just need to be reliably correct and transparent. And if they can do that in-house, then I don't think anyone would care.
You have to go get your values from someone else. So what should GameStop do? Should GameStop be upset and be like, well, Card Ladder valued it higher than whatever, I guess, your eBay price is, but GameStop's willing to give you 90% of Card Ladder value?
84%. It's not 90%. We actually only get 84% if we accept the buyback. And this highlights another issue that I have with this, actually. With this erroneous valuation, GameStop has basically taken away our agency. And we are essentially forced to accept the buyback for this card, and I'll explain why in like a few scenarios. Scenario one being, sometimes when I get floored, I still very much like the art, or I just want the card, and choose to have the card shipped to me. I'm not just saying that; I've actually done it quite a few times. For example, I have here a Pikachu Unigaba in a PSA 10, cert number ending in 9504, and if we go to my collection, here's the card. Cert number ending in 9504, Unigaba Pikachu in a PSA 10. Card Ladder had this at 200. I had it shipped to me. And I did not get this out of like a silver or gold pack. I got this out of a freaking platinum pack. So I got absolutely smoked, but I didn't accept the buyback. I had this card shipped to me because I'm trying to complete the Unigaba set. So had Card Ladder had this card at like $50, worth $50, then it would have been difficult for me to have this card shipped back instead of just accepting a buyback. Second scenario is sometimes I like to sell the card through eBay. Because eBay has a very generous consignment rates, especially if the card is a very high value card. Sometimes they'll only take like 10% as a fee. So comparing that to 16% with these really high value cards, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. So sometimes I like having the option of selling through eBay. With this erroneous card ladder valuation, that option has been taken away. And then lastly, Pokemon is a known appreciating asset. So sometimes when I get floored, I tell myself, definitely huffing hopium, that one day that card will be worth what I paid for. So I get it shipped. I don't like the art of this Alakazam. No one on eBay would buy this at this $16.59 price, and this card will struggle to appreciate to even the floor value, let alone $2,500. So my only option is to sell back to GameStop.
But GameStop's willing to give you 90% of Card Ladder value instantly. And why wouldn't you take it? Because you got rugged, right? That's what you said? Yeah, stop.
I've been forward so many goddamn times with these GameStop Power Packs, so the accusation that I'm doing this to recoup just $75 is actually kind of silly. I'm actually pretty embarrassed to show this to you guys, but I think bringing it out into the light will actually be cathartic, and this will, I guess, sort of reinforce the point I just made. These are my listings of diamond packs that I sold. In a fit of madness, I decided to spend a night rolling diamond packs, and as you can see, it did not go well for me. I got floored almost 6 times in a row and accepted the buyback on all of them. Did not request a refund. All these cards were priced fairly. And in the end, I lost more money than an entire Lunar pack. But I guess losing an additional $70 was the final straw. The one silver lining in this is that this made me realize that I probably have a bit of a gambling problem, but I'm not working on it.
Blaming GameStop for your problems there, little man.
I'm actually 5'9", so that is average, man, to you. But I believe that is the end of his rant. I honestly don't disagree with what he said. I just think that we're coming at this from 2 different points of view. It seems like he's coming at it through like a GameStop investor type lens, whereas I am more coming at this from like a collector, Pokemon hobby enjoyer type lens. And that is probably why we disagree on these things. I agree that based purely on the money, we should have been happy with accepting the buyback. But coming at this from a collector, this was kind of an event for the community and I, and we were excited. And it was kind of a letdown. It was actually kind of a huge letdown. I mean, we hyped it up, and in the end, we got a card that should not have been part of the Lunar packs. And I mean, I'm sure everyone can agree on that point, right? So yeah, like I said, don't have anything against this individual. I appreciate all of his viewpoints. I just think we are coming at this from 2 different points of views, which of course happens in life. And it's always good to, maybe take a step out of your little bubble and get the viewpoints of other people. So definitely appreciate him making this video. And definitely let me know in the comments what you guys think of this. Would love to continue the discussion of this in chat. But yeah, so far GameStop has reached out to me saying that they're going to look into it. So I am optimistic that they are going to make this right for us. And I'll definitely keep everyone posted when they do decide what to do. But yeah, that is about it for the video. If you've enjoyed this content in the slightest, please consider dropping a like, dropping a comment, maybe even a cheeky little subscribe. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. And dear friends and fellow collectors, until next time.